Hey everybody, Mary here from Cirdia, and I'm here to do the update that really is the behind the build. This is where we talk about what's going on in the development process for Cirdia, which is a combination of our wearable devices, both the day device, the night device, and our app. So kind of what we're talking about today is a milestone that we hit with our app development. So this is really kind of important that we've gotten with the core functionality of our algorithms. So a couple things about our algorithms. One is we're building our algorithms all in the open source. So they're in repositories that you can see up on GitHub. And this is really important because this means that folks in public institutions who are doing work on things that matter to us about health and wellness, they can actually get data, anonymous data contributed to projects, and then they can evaluate them based on the same ways that we're evaluating them and giving feedback on our apps. And that's just not something that's done by most people. Most of the other competitors, and other folks that are building fitness trackers, they're really doing a more extractive model. They're pulling your data. They work with people in the universities when they have a real sort of profit orientation around that. And that's great, but it means sometimes that we don't get some of the data used for the right kind of research that really help all of us with our longevity and well-being. So that's something that we're committed to as a public benefit corporation. But to continue back to like what we're doing with this milestone is that what we're seeing here is that we've got the real logic simulation coming all the way through the hardware. So it's coming in through the hardware, and this data model, these data sets that we're working with come from the University of Oxford, where they've collected real user data through the sensors that we're using, and then we're pulling them in kind of using the Bluetooth model, and you can see it coming in through the sync, then it's going in as raw data, and then our algorithms are processing locally on the mobile apps to generate the different kinds of wellness data that you want to see, fitness data that you want to see on your wearable. So this is important. So we're talking about real-time streaming behavior, multiple calculation engines, and we're doing things like our step count, where we're bringing in information off of the accelerometer and seeing the peaks and valleys of the accelerometer, and then also combining it with GPS data that comes off the mobile device to sort of give a multiple view of this information. And this is really important because, sometimes when you're walking or moving or doing some other sort of physical activity, you might not actually be going somewhere in space and time. I know I stand up at a stand-up desk and I have a treadmill underneath me, and a lot of times I'm not moving from a perspective of my GPS, and sometimes I'm not even moving according to my wrist, but I try to keep my hands off the desk sometimes when I'm walking so that I get that accelerometer movement even when the GPS is not going anywhere. That's the thing about working out in gyms and working out on treadmills in particular. So one of the other ones that you're seeing up on the screen, because we're showing a little bit of the demo that they showed us. Now remember, these are not our final UIs. These are just like some test UIs that our developers are using. We'll show you some pretty ones that we're doing where we're doing the connection to the Bluetooth sync and all of that and connecting to the devices. But these other ones that are sort of black and a little bit ugly, this is just our test work for really making sure that we've got a pipeline working all the way from the sensor through to all of the local on your mobile device processing, and then being able to put step and say calorie burn data directly onto the screen that you would be looking at. So this is a great kind of core completion of some of our algorithms and a test of some of those algorithms. We have a lot more work to be done on this, really to kind of do for sync stability, accuracy, failure handling, those sorts of things. But this is just kudos out to our team for getting this done and for giving us a demo on this. It's a great milestone to hit right now. So we look forward to being back next time for a behind the build, and thanks for watching along.